Live from the Bass Room Studio 3.0 in Seattle, Washington, this is the Podworm Spacecast. The Podworms are 7 lifelong friends who, just like the toasty bullet, are filled to the brim with melty cheese and roast beef that squishes out the side when you take a bite. Welcome to the Spacecast. Well, hey everybody! Welcome back to another episode of the Podworm Spacecast. We're so excited to have you on board for another episode. Let me introduce you to the guys you have on the show today. We have one half of the Deadly Brother duo. It's Mike McCoy.
Deadly Brother roll call.
And his Deadly Brother, Kevin McCoy.
And the Deadly Brother roll call.
We have DJ producer, all-around great guy, Chase Golka.
Hello there.
We have, what's-his-face, Jim Charters.
Hey, my beard's inches longer and I'm inches wiser.
And
How are you though?
he's my snuggle bear. It's Peter Freese.
So, a little bit more about the Titanic.
Yes.
Sure, tell us.
Experts believe that within 50 years, the wreck will be gone because the bottom of the ocean floor, there's microbes eating all the iron that was used to build the ship.
Whoa.
Basically, if you were to go down there, the only thing that would be left would be leather from the clothing of the passengers that died on the ship.
Dang, dude, that's crazy.
That's cool.
So what about like that safe that had like the diamonds in it and stuff from the movie Titanic?
Do I look like an expert?
Yes, where are the diamonds?
Leonardo
Where are the gold bars?
Leonardo DiCaprio has that.
What about the bones of the people that died around the leather?
Oh, those have been collected.
Oh, okay, good.
You know, I saw a documentary on the Titanic that was James Cameron directed.
Oh, yeah?
And the whole thing just kind of felt like he was trying to prove that the way that he filmed the Titanic was true. Like he was like talking about how the boat, it's a theory that the boat like lifts up and then cracks in half and then goes down.
Yeah.
Right.
And then like he was like with a bunch of experts and like testing it out. He's like, yeah, I'm really hoping that we find out that that's true because I'm pretty sure that that's how it happened. And I'd hate to refilm the movie.
What?
Yeah, it was really
like
weird.
he's gonna go back.
All the experts are looking at him like they're like terrified of him.
Yeah, it literally felt like he put all of his money to just figure out, like, make sure that he did it right.
So
It would be funny if it was also like nudged with like, I would hate to have to refilm the highest grossing film of all time.
I'd hate to have that wrong and leave you down there.
I heard that they.
Leave all of you experts below.
So I saw this thing about, I think it was Neil deGrasse Tyson was talking about how the stars were
yes.
wrong.
I've seen that,
Right,
yeah.
that's right.
And they, on the special edition, I think they actually put the
Yeah.
correct stars onto the sky.
They George Lucas did.
They did. They did.
Honestly, hot take, the old stars were way better.
But much
Dude,
better.
yeah, it really made the film.
Yeah, the way that they were in the cosmos in that one moment.
The old stars.
Star math.
It just
ruined
can't be
everything.
matched.
If the
composition
stars-
of the shot just wasn't
amazing.
close.
If the stars had been right, Jack would have lived.
And I'm the low-hanging fruit, Andrew Leclerc. We have a great show for you today. We're going to talk a little about some mixed nuts.
Ooh.
We're going to
Like
Like
you mean this
you mean like us?
All right, everybody. Good night.
Let's be real though, because we are not mixed at all. This is just like a bag of cashews.
That is
unsalted cashews.
too high of praise.
Bag of raw almonds.
We are a bag of Brazil nuts.
It's the whitest nuts you know.
We're gonna reminisce on Kevin's summer camp, and we're gonna end the
Finally.
episode with a round of Crazy Couplets. So stay tuned.
Baby.
So ready.
Crazy cutlets.
But before we get to that, I misread a situation recently.
Is this an Andrew apology?
don't
It's
say.
not. It's not. I think it's something that maybe you can all relate to, and there's not even that much to this story. It's just something very simple. But so our at work, our VP was visiting from California just for an afternoon. Like he flew out the same day.
Is this the VP that gave you a book to take?
No, that guy is the COO.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You mean the guy who I called by the wrong name when I first met him? Yeah, that was. Whoops.
From the SEA office.
From Southeast Asia.
Oh yeah. oh right. No, this is a different guy. So he's like the VP of our department, and I've only met him once before. And he's got like, he doesn't just oversee my department, but also like the adjacent group. Like he oversees, I think, 3 different departments worth of people. And so a lot of people underneath him, and I haven't seen him more than once. I've only been with the company for about 6 months. But when he was in the office, he was trying to kind of like say hi to everybody in the quick amount of time that he had. And so he was just kind of greeting everybody. And then he was chatting up with me, and he said, "Oh man, how long have you been here now? Like 2-3 months?" And I was like, "Oh, well, actually, about 6 months." But yeah, I mean, I understand, like, he doesn't know everybody that well. He doesn't deal with us on a day-to-day basis. He's from a different office.
Understandable.
And then later that day when he was leaving, he was kind of going around and saying goodbye to everybody and, shaking hands and whatnot. And I'm a very much just like straightforward shaking hand kind of guy.
Right.
And in every situation, it's like if everybody's going in for different kinds of, handshakes or like cool
have hug.
Hold on. Is this guy like this high up person at your business giving everyone their own personalized handshake at your business?
No. But I'm just saying in general that if people are greeting each other like, oh, a hug or this or that, I'm just like straight handshake. And the way you can telegraph that is if you're going for like the bro hug kind of thing, it's hand kind of, thumb facing your body, right? Like your hand's kind of up in the air, like you're raising your hand kind of, but it's kind of more like a chopping motion, but you kind of go in with the intention of, it's kind of like a tomahawk chop. Go Chiefs. And this is very clearly telegraphing like bro hug incoming. And the challenge there is that sometimes, again, imagine this, listeners at home, tomahawk kind of hand motion. This can be a bro hug, but this can also be that thing where you kind of like, you lock fingers and you kind of like pull back and
You
like
flick them back. Yeah.
What? Yeah.
And then you fist bump to lock it.
Or
Snap it and shoot a finger gun.
There's a whole selection of different ways this can go, but it's really about reading it in a split second moment.
So you went for finger guns, right?
Well, no. So what I like to do is I just kind of cut that out as a possibility at all. And the way you do that is, so again, tomahawk chop, this is cool. Like I'm accepting of a bro hug, right? Then you go just very straight down the middle, real boring, hand straight out. This is thumb pointing towards the sky. The rest of your finger is pointing directly at the person and about waist high.
Right.
You don't want to have it too high up because that too high up is going to be bro hug. Keep it nice and waist high.
You don't want it too low.
Shoot from the hip.
Oh, way.
Shoot from the hip. Exactly
I
right.
hate a shake that's too low.
A couple of nuts over here.
And just like they taught us in before we did our senior projects in high school, because they taught us this for some reason, is that you just do like a nice 1, 2, 3. Shake 1, 2, 3, and then release.
Just like when you go to the bathroom.
You had a class that taught you how to handshake in high school?
That's surprising
They
to me.
prepped us before, because this senior project in high school was all about this thing you're working on for a few months. You had to present it in front of this group of people, and part of that was like shaking hands with the people on the panel. I think they're trying to do a little bit of like real life skill of you're going to shake people's hands in the future.
Wait,
and
do you
don't
do
fuck it
a
up.
3 count when you shake every time?
Not 3 seconds, 3 individual shakes, like bump, bump.
I think it
see,
sounds like
I'm-
he's counting 1, 2, 3.
I'm more of like a what's dead may never die, like, one single.
Oh, really? Just one shake.
Yeah, one shake. If it's a good shake, it counts as 3.
Okay.
Like if you're getting to know somebody and you're still shaking.
But like a
3 times.
shake starts from the bottom, goes up, and then goes back down. And
No,
then,
you're doing it wrong.
What?
Your
hang
handshake?
on.
Your handshake is all about.
it has to do a full
goes up and
revolution.
First motion is up. In this room, whose first motion on a handshake is to go up?
Wait, you
Me.
Kevin and Chase.
me.
And
Yeah, right?
Wait, Peter, what are you? Down?
So, I have a bit of a different take on the handshake.
Isn't it only 2 options?
No, there's not 2 options because you can go
Peter goes forward back.
It's like a push and pull motion.
This is why I always bro hug Peter.
Peter's doing like the straight up Donald Trump, like grabbing pulling person.
You don't. No, I don't handshake. And if you see me in the office, you'll know this. I go into assert dominance.
Nobody does.
No one does. I assert dominance by giving them a limp hand, holding it out,
Or holding out like to kiss the ring.
like kiss the ring, and then they grab it and I say, "Yes, thank you," and then I move on.
You do that. You do that
thank
at
you.
our parties too. Yeah.
Yes.
The more I hear about
Peter's
Peter's
party thing. I guess it's
You
not.
asserted dominance. You're stooping to the person who's at shaking your hands level by giving them a firm
take the
fist
hand.
to shake.
So everybody else goes, you go in for a handshake. So all other handshakes off the table. This is traditional, like business handshake.
Traditional
Business
American handshake.
Books are written about this handshake.
The first thing you do is you grasp their hand and you go upward.
Sure, if you're a pleb.
Let's pretend we're doing Rochambeau right now, right?
Okay.
Like rock paper scissors.
Yeah.
Do you up?
No.
You start down
No.
and you go.
I don't. I really don't. I
You
go
start with your hand on your fist.
So it's like this. But.
So you put out the other hand to like hold it, right? You put your fist on top of that,
Okay.
and then you hit it 3 times.
I mean, I don't always do the supporting platform for
but the supporting platform shows you that you go up first.
It forces it. If not, like if I'm just doing here, it's like
You do the opposite.
down,
So-
up, down.
So just for the listeners at home,
that's nice.
to make it very clear, what we're talking about is
Very
when
pleasant shake.
when we're playing rock paper scissors. Most people, I think, or I at least do this. I put my fist out, and from the position of my fist, I raise it up and down.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
Andrew
correct.
puts his fist out and goes down and up.
There's a whole because you guys are
He's trying. He's just sitting here doing it with a fake person right now. Andrew's sitting here like cranking the dude next to him.
But I mean, you guys are expending a whole unnecessary motion.
Hold on.
I understand what you're doing, but that's more of like for pizzazz. Like
Unnecessary-
what are you
talking about?
What is rock paper scissors without pizzazz?
What's the fun in that?
You just stick your fist out and straight down to business. Down.
So what is the stronger way that you shake?
I don't think either stronger or less strong.
No,
I'm just-
you definitely are less strong pulling up than you are putting down.
Yeah, it's definitely.
So you're trying to put yourself in a position of weakness first?
What?
You said you're less strong going up.
It's definitely up
Did I
first.
mishear you?
The shake ends with the strong
down.
Down.
Yes. And then you pull away.
No. I think you got this all wrong, or I'm misunderstanding.
Can we? I want to see a demo.
Okay.
I want to see
let's
how he
just say-
Andrew, how do you shake hands?
Can I describe, please? Let me be clear. And Peter, I don't need your hand. Get your slimy ass hand away from me. Let me be clear. So in this imaginary handshake, I think of 3 separate positions. You have neutral, which is you have your hand at waist height, right? Neutral position.
Neutral in the center of the field in neutral ground. Absolutely. Got
Neutral
it.
ground. And here's what this means.
50-yard line.
I'm not better than you. You're not better than me. We're meeting together, and this is a mutual exchange of pleasantries, right?
Sure. Okay.
Neutral ground. Then you have the down position, the up position. Down is slightly lower than neutral, and up is slightly higher than neutral. I think a distinction to make here is that I don't go down, neutral, down, neutral, down, neutral. I go from neutral, down, up, down, neutral.
Question.
And we end at the exact same place
Question.
we started.
Question. Why on earth, if you're shaking someone's hand,
I go up first.
I go up too. Yeah.
why on earth, if you're shaking someone's hand, would you even allow them to go down? If you're starting neutral, why would you let them move your hand anywhere but up? Like, why would you not try and dominate that handshake?
Oh my god.
What the fuck are you
I
doing?
just don't think of it that way, man.
They're all about. I kind of want to see the Kama Sutra version of handshakes,
Yeah.
because you're talking about all these positions. Neutral.
pretty hot.
It's pretty.
yeah. Honestly, can we pause the podcast for a second?
Yeah. Okay.
I need to go to the bathroom.
I haven't paused.
I'm gonna go draw some diagrams.
Andrew's stroking his hand downwards definitely is indicative of something.
yeah.
Well, yeah. Honestly,
Go
that's
down
that's a
first.
pretty sexy handshake, dude.
So, did you? You said that you read the wrong cue. Did this result in you and your VP?
Well, so here's what.
Did you go down and he went up?
No, I.
And your hands just stayed in the same place.
You're just pulling against each other.
That would be amazing. Like an exactly wrong handshake, where one person's pushing up and the other person's pushing down at the exact opposite time.
I can't move.
So just all you see is like your face is straining, but your hands are going nowhere.
It's like a weird fucking arm wrestle in the middle of nowhere.
And they're looking at in each other's eyes, back to the hand in each other's eyes.
Like it's remarkable how steel your arms are during that handshake.
Well, it wasn't that, but it wasn't entirely not that either. because
How could that have happened?
like I said, these are both very easily telegraphed. Is that if you start at waist height, fingers pointing at your target, that's a handshake.
Wait, did he go? Wait, here's what I don't understand is how he misread it.
I don't think. Okay, so here's the thing too.
Walk us through it.
There's a
Because
few.
you've made it sound like the two options are
There's a
bro
few-
hug or shake.
Yeah.
But
Generally.
it sounds like just a normal shake went wrong for you.
Well, so here's the thing: is that there's a few compounding factors. One,
If you can't get that right, like, what do you expect?
May I poke a hole in your theory?
there's no theory, but sure.
No, may I? So you're saying that he may have shook your hand wrong. I would submit to you that he is a VP.
We haven't even gotten to this part of the story.
yeah.
He's shaking way more hands than you.
Okay, okay.
All right.
Gang, let's let off
Nice.
the gas for a second.
Yeah, let him
I
tell
wanna
the story.
hear
Let him
Andrew's
hear. I want to hear it.
story.
I want to hear how
Peter's
it
only
goes.
got
We won't judge his weird down up
Yeah, thank
technique.
you.
Not
thank you.
yet, but
All right, so there's a few compounding factors. One of them being I don't know him very well. Two, he
Yeah.
is a VP of my department. Three, he's like older than me, but not like a super old dude. Like he's kind of just like maybe like late 30s kind of guy.
Yeah.
But anyway, and so I've met him once before this, and briefly, not long enough for him to know that I've worked at the company for 6 months, not 3, right? Anyway, so I telegraphed my handshake, waist height, fingers pointing at him. He did kind of like in between handshake and bro hug, and this is all happening in split seconds. You have to understand.
Yeah.
While we're conversing a little bit, right? Because he's saying he's about to leave the office, and so it ended up being like me submitting to his bro hug kind of thing, but I kind of caught him with like my fingertips, and I didn't know like if we're doing that thing where you pull him in like kind of to your chest and then like pat him on the back kind of thing, like a true bro hug, or if this is like a professional bro hug where we do like the up top but no hugging part. And so it ended up being some weird amalgamation of all the above. And we were kind of talking through it, so it didn't feel like we were focusing on like our sole task was not this handshake because other things were happening. But I did leave the interaction feeling like, wow, I really fucked that one up. I should have read that one better.
It's a two-way street, I think, on this one.
Can you walk us through in detail the whole handshake? Like all the because like
better.
it sounds like you went through in detail, but like after you grab his hand halfway between the bro hug and the handshake, like I would say 15 degrees off the horizon.
So the time our hands connected, and then it was at that point I realized that we're doing the clasping bro hug, which basically involves your palm facing back towards your body.
Did your thumb wrap around his thumb?
Yes.
Okay, so that you're there, you're holding each other's wrists, not each other's hands.
Did you touch shoulders
more or less,
or chest?
Yeah, we end up because we ended up touching like tit to tit, as bro hugs tend to be.
Oh, so it was a bro hug.
A standard bro hug.
But did you
standard to me.
embrace him?
But because every movement was I was a little bit hesitant because I ended up kind of like slapping him on the back kind of thing. Not
It was your first time.
How hard though?
I mean. Hard enough.
I mean, it just sounds like he opened you up a little bit.
Yeah.
And actually, it's kind of like heartwarming story.
I mean, next time I'm gonna know what to expect, and I'm gonna bro hug the shit out of him.
No, he is gonna turn it around on you. He's gonna do something different.
He's gonna be like, well, after that, he was like, no more bro hugs for that guy.
Have you talked about this in your one-on-one with your direct supervisor?
Yeah.
Did you get like?
Did you really get into
Did
the
you get
detail?
feedback to improve your performance? Are there actionable next steps?
Yes, he advised me to not touch him next time.
I love that he gave you the equivalent of the no, Mr. So-and-so is my dad's name handshake.
Right.
It's so
As
true.
a VP of your company.
Right. It's like, I'm a VP, but I'm a cool VP.
Right.
That was basically exactly what it
No,
was.
my dad started the company. I run it now.
I do feel like I relate to that like weird situation where you have like a hug that's like kind of changes as it's happening. You don't know what it's, or like a handshake to bro hug. I do feel like I relate to that where it's like, I think about it afterwards. I'm like, is that person thinking about how that was weird? Or is that just me?
Well, exactly. And I think of myself as a pretty good handshaker. As you can tell, I have a pretty good method in place that you guys can learn from me later. But that's just my go-to. I feel comfortable there. That's my comfort zone. So I go for handshakes. I don't get a lot of experience doing bro hugs. That's all it is.
Think about it this way with that guy. How many people did he hug / handshake on the way out?
Boy, dozens.
Yeah, he probably didn't give a shit.
Yeah, he probably doesn't even remember your name.
Yeah, he probably thinks you're worked there for 3 months.
What have you? How long have you been here? 2 weeks?
Oh yeah, I've seen you around. What is it? 1 week? 2 weeks?
Hey, welcome to the company. Kevin, let's talk about your summer camp. Because apparently a few other podworms may have attended the same summer camp with you.
Yeah, so I went to this camp for 2 years as a camper, and then I worked at it for 2 years after
You
that.
did?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Keep going. I didn't mean to.
And I was
didn't know that.
hanging out with my mom recently, and she mentioned that both Mike and Chase had gone as campers to this camp.
Yep.
Which was news to me.
Yeah.
Wait, so was it during the same time that you were a counselor?
No. It must have been like 5 years after that, after I'd been there.
Oh yeah.
What kind of camp was this? Because
Yeah, we weren't there at the same time. Jason and I went post Kevin.
But were you guys in the same group?
Me and Chase went together, and I
Okay.
think the year before, me and Talon went together.
I totally missed the boat on summer camp. Looking back, it seems like a fucking awesome thing.
Yeah, you missed out, dude.
And I
really
never
missed out.
ever
This
did
one
it.
was still, man, I don't even know. This was pretty much okay. Aside from like sports camps, this was like the only like kind of regular, I guess, what you would distinguish as regular kind of summer camps that I ever went to.
And
it
like
was
paintball,
it was
and like
dope.
Was it
motocross,
dirt biking,
Island Lake,
paintball.
yeah.
Oh, Island Lake is awesome.
Yeah, it was sick.
You've been at Island Lake too?
I never went as a student. I went as a
Counselor.
employee of a church, and
So like a retreat.
Going as an adult to summer camp, way better than going as a student.
Did you do the blob?
I doubt it.
Yes.
You know, wait, Island Lake Camp.
Did you go to Island Lake?
I did not go, but I know the people who owned it.
Really?
Yeah. My friends growing up, their parents owned it.
See?
Wow.
We're all
Small
connected.
world.
Wow.
It's a dope camp,
And
though.
Andrew, you know all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got.
It's like you were there.
They've got a blob. They've got paintballing. They've got dirt bikes. They have
got a skate park, dude.
Skate park,
indoor basketball,
Riflery,
indoor skate park,
archery,
archery.
ropes course.
Yeah.
Yeah, ropes course.
So is
Back
this
riding.
is this a traditional overnight kind of camp?
Yeah,
Oh,
for,
yeah.
For a week.
Yeah, we went for a week.
Yeah.
Chase and I went for a week.
Did you guys do those classic tropes from movies where you go like panty raid, the girls camp?
There were pranks. Yes.
There were definitely pranks, yeah.
like what kind of
Yeah.
pranks you guys doing?
I don't know if we did pranks.
we did not do pranks.
Oh,
I
I
don't
think that
remember.
we for sure did not do pranks, but there were
Yeah, we
pranks.
didn't do pranks.
Like I remember somebody sprayed a bunch of Axe in someone's.
That's like a classic one. Axe,
and there was
bomb
like,
and stuff.
Axe bomb, and there was like a talking to about it. I think.
Oh, see, and this this is what reminds me of like the I don't know. This part of the camp sticks out to me. Is Mike and I were paintballing, and we having a great time paintballing. Good fun. Then
Best time of my life. Yeah.
Best time of my life. Side story. Okay. Well, also, so this is a Christian summer camp, by the way.
Yes.
So there's like worship at the end of each day and stuff like that.
Worship.
There's worship?
Yeah, there's a warship that is sent out into the lake.
And we bless warships. Anyway,
It was hardcore.
I just remembered another thing about the camp where this one guy was talking about how he like wanted to represent Jesus or something, and he took his shirt off and just walked down the paintball course and let everybody shoot him. As he did it. Do you remember that?
Oh fuck! I forgot.
I remember being like,
What?
I remember being
What
like,
a fucking weird
that's
thing
weird.
to
It was
do.
one of the paintball running counselor guys, and he was like, I'm doing this because I want to, to be like Jesus or whatever. And then he like no shirt on. And walked down and let everybody just like was standing in a line, and everybody just got to shoot him.
That is bizarre.
Love you, Jesus.
I was like, what the fuck?
You remember when
dummy.
Jesus took all his disciples and like stood out there and
Lined
they like
them
had
up.
him whip them and then
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Jesus went paintballing, he had everybody stand in line. They're out in the desert, and he just walked.
Two things.
Through a
One,
gauntlet of
the
them.
paintball guns at that establishment were not set on like a very high. Was it PSI? Is
Yeah,
that
that's
I have no idea what it was like when you were there, but I had
probably
very
true.
bloody welts.
Yeah, I don't know if that may have been more recent.
they must have
Peter.
changed it too.
Because
that
of me.
explains a lot about Mel Gibson's Passion of the Christ.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
The paintballing
absolutely.
scene Makes a lot more sense.
The paintballing scene of Mesh. Yeah.
That's crazy. I forgot about that entirely.
So we were walking home from paintball, and then we get to our lodge thing or whatever, and we're there,
Cabin,
and then all of a sudden,
Chateau.
our Chateau de
we got
Island Lake.
Lodge.
Chateau de Island Lake, and we were in there with like our counselor and some other dudes, and all of a sudden this other counselor busts in, and he's fucking pissed. He's like really, really angry, and he's like, what were you guys, 2 hours ago, and all this other stuff, and like freaking out. We were like, what the fuck? And then he was talking about, so apparently like somebody was smoking a little ganja in the forest, and we were like,
All natural, bro.
yeah, dude, and so he was all pissed, and we had some kind of like jag-off dudes in our group that were like, they were like, they definitely were not like
Jabronis.
these are like dudes with like kind of long greasy hair, Slayer t-shirt, like that kind of.
like Jesus.
You remember this better than I do.
Yeah, I don't know why. And they weren't the only jag-offs in our group. There was this other guy that was like, well, if, Jesus, you can't hurt yourself or whatever, then, that means you can't work out because really it's hurting your muscles and opening up tears. And what you ever do. And I was like, oh my God, dude. Nobody
That's a smart. That's woke.
I know. He's like, so why should blah, 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 blah. Anyway, and our counselor was so nice. He was such a nice dude. And he's like, well, I mean, yeah, we're kind of here to have conversations like that, I guess.
Oh my God, that's so okay. Because I went 2 years in a row, and I went with Talon. I think then the next year I went with you, and in our group there was one distinctive year, and I think it was the year before with Talon.
Yeah,
that there was a guy that like had gingivitis and talked about it the entire fucking time.
Sick.
Like it was his excuse for everything. It became like a trope by the end of the week that he was like, I have gingivitis. I was like, what? And then that dude, I remember all he talked about was that he fucking loved Linkin Park.
Yeah, dude. Like, it's like that kind of guy.
He loved Linkin Park. And I think that this is my theory that based off of this guy, my theory is that Linkin Park, they had some songs, nostalgic, and I liked them back in the day, and I could listen to them and have a good time. But anybody that has Linkin Park as like their number one is probably not someone I'm ever going to want to hang out with.
I like Linkin Park, but this dude was like super skinny, like super skinny, but like angry, and like liked Linkin Park, and like was trying to be all edgy all the time.
Hey, you try crawling in his skin,
and like making jokes about. How's it going? And making jokes about shit all the time. It was like what? But so anyway, so this counselor's like hella pissed.
It was his jokes that made me the most upset.
Yeah,
just all the time, joking around.
I think I'm realizing.
Stop. You guys must have brought him one step closer to the edge.
And he's about to break.
Oh God. Oh man. Yeah. So
that guy's the worst.
So I think I'm remembering now why I remember this more than you maybe is because this guy was hella pissed, and then they were all like looking at like Slayer t-shirt guys because they were, they kind of looked like, they looked like.
Well, how old were you guys? Like
we
13?
were, dude. We were. What was it? Junior high? Maybe.
Maybe
like a little really early. We were not very. The more I think back on it, I'm like, were people really smoking weed at this thing? Like, there was not people that old.
And was it actually a person attending, or was it a fucking counselor?
Yeah,
it was probably
exactly
a counselor.
Exactly my thought.
If it was, I think that it was like junior high, like maybe 7th grade. Like it was like very young.
It was probably those places are staffed by like college students who get a job there
like 18 and
during the summertime. They work there.
Yeah, Kevin, as a counselor, did anybody smoke weed while you were there?
Yeah,
not that I know of.
Yeah, it doesn't seem so. It was.
They didn't invite you out, Kevin.
It was. I mean, so it was tense. It was
a Christian.
It was.
Yeah, but okay.
Jesus was a fan of the plant.
Can I interject from the? So, I went to summer camps from like 6th grade all the way up to like, I think the last one I went to was like when I was 25, because I was like a leader.
Yeah.
At them. And
expert summer camp attender.
Summer camp attendee.
Oh, perfect.
Going as a student is fun. Going as a leader, way fucking better.
Yeah.
Because then you start to realize like you're like, oh my God, these kids are just awful. Like this is.
I can imagine.
This is terrible, and also I don't care. Like,
Smoke all the weed you
That's
want.
why that guy was smoking weed in the forest.
like basically, yeah. And then there are three stories about alcohol at summer camps that I've got.
Oops.
One was when I was a student in junior high. I went to
Wait, hang
a
on,
place-
hang on. Let's
Yeah.
let Chase finish his weed story. And then
Oh,
you can
yeah,
tell
yeah.
yours.
Well, it's fine. I mean, okay. Well, basically,
We're in like storyception right now.
yeah, it's not, there's not that much more to it, but basically, it was tents. It was somebody smoked weed at Christian camp tents inside this lodge.
Intense, but in cabins though.
So anyway, the Slayer t-shirt guys are like, I mean, we've tried it, but like we didn't bring it here. Like we would never bring it here. And
They still had to prove. They're like, I've definitely done it.
I know. And I remember that distinctly because I was like, yeah, they sound, legit. They sound like that's actually true. And then I was like, I don't know why I decided that it was time for me to talk because he was like looking at everybody. And I was like, Mike and I just came. Like we were just playing paintball and we like just got back from playing paintball and he was like, look at me in the face when you say that. And I was like, we just got back from playing paintball. Cause like when I said paintball, I looked over towards paintball and then I looked back at him and he said that and I was like, and he's like, okay. Like he's some fucking cop or some shit.
No
like he's
joke.
going to catch me in a lie. And I'm like, what? I didn't do anything. And so, yeah. And then that was basically that. Then the dude like left. But I remember like, why the fuck? It was so wild. I was like, this is intense.
And no one got caught?
No joke. You say that the thing that he said of look at me when I'm talking to you brought all of that back to me. All of a sudden, that whole memory is like.
That's why. Maybe I'm. Yeah.
What the fuck?
That's why it's stuck with me.
So funny that this like probably 19-year-old kid.
I know, dude. That's what I'm.
Right. Where's the antidote? Fucking like. Where's Rachel? Tearing through camp,
Yeah.
looking for someone who smoked weed.
That's
trying
what
to
you give
play
a
the
you give a
police.
kid power. That's what happens.
And he was angry.
Well, it's in the middle of a fucking neighborhood, so it easily could have been a kid from like any of the houses that are in that neighborhood. Who was,
Exactly.
You drive through suburbia and then just one weird road that brings you
there's
into
a
the
camp.
woods.
Yeah, it was probably
For sure.
a suburban
Yeah.
kid who was like, I'm gonna go to the Christian camp, smoke some weed.
Lol. Yeah, that's pretty much
This will
what it
really
was.
stir things up.
He's like,
And then he walked away.
Yeah.
So what happened to your camp?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got three stories.
Tell us
so
how
they all
turned water into
progress to where it's kind of like, oh yeah, this is like the different view of each time like something happens. So the first one was, I think some of you guys have been to the Furs Chalet up on Mount Baker.
Yes, I have. I've been to the show.
It's actually a pretty awesome spot. It's like a couple minutes from the ski area on Mount Baker. Really nice area, but we did a winter camp there every year. And when I was a student, the first winter camp I ever went on, the leaders found like all these bottles of alcohol in somebody's bag. Like these girls were going through this one guy's bag of stuff and they found like these bottles of like vodka, bottles of like whiskey, all this stuff. And it's like hard A. It's like,
Sick.
what the fuck?
Sweet,
like we were
bro.
only going to be there for 2 nights and he had like
Were they empty?
enough for a party.
2
Damn.
long nights.
And
though.
so I never really knew what had happened other than I remember the youth pastor ended up getting the alcohol, dumping it all out in the sink, and then throwing them in his trash can in his room. And the funny part of that was the staff, the church would go back there every single year when I was a student. The staff knew him by name. And so when they went to clean out his room, all they found in his room left over was like his trash, and in his trash can was just empty. So they're like, "Oh, what the
actually
fuck
really
is
great.
wrong with this guy?" And he didn't. That was also the last winter camp that he did there. So they must have assumed that he just got fired.
Lol.
That's great.
I think having pieced it together, I'm pretty sure it was some like leaders that we brought in from like they were from Canada.
From out of state.
And I think that they
Outsourced.
out of country.
out of the country,
Outsourced.
Where drinking at 19 is legal.
Actually, honestly, I'm like almost 100% positive that it was like these leaders who came from Canada and brought alcohol. and they had to keep it like really hush hush because
Come have a party, eh?
these dudes could do really cool snowboard tricks. Anyway, that was the first one.
That's dope.
The second one was we were at a another camp, and this was when I was on staff, and we had taken, it was somebody's birthday. I forget whose birthday it was. It was a staff member's birthday. So we brought up like some ciders and some shots of Fireball to like celebrate their birthday.
Nice.
And so it was only supposed to be staff, not leader, like not like college age, like drinking age leaders. But some people found out they were taking them, so like we invited them in, and so then it was like, oh yeah, no, at summer camp at this particular church or winter camp, like you get to take shots and you can drink alcohol, so go ahead and bring your alcohol. So the next summer camp, we had leaders who just assumed that they could bring alcohol so that they could drink.
Nice.
And we had drunk ass leaders.
Oh dear.
At one camp, like these were not students, leaders
That's sick.
that were
Leaders.
drunk, and we had to like quarantine them off. And it was like students that came up to us and they were like, "Hey, so this person's like drunk." I was like, "What the fuck?"
Oh my god, dude, sick. Dude.
And so we had to like
tight.
send out an email and like, yeah, so
An official email.
This email will explain it all.
yeah, this email will explain it all, and
Not a big
no
deal.
further questions at this time.
Yep. Absolutely.
So it's much more. You think it's great when you're a student. It's way better when you're an adult.
Yeah, I can
it
imagine.
sounds.
And there's also no
really great.
responsibility.
It is fun. There's 3 levels at the camp that I worked at. There's a leader in training. There's a counselor in training, which is a step above that.
And there's a Jedi.
And then there's the counselor, which is the top level, besides the people who are like administration or whatever. And the leader in trainings, like that was the best level. It was actually the lowest level while working there because you don't sleep with the campers. You actually sleep with all the other leaders in training in their own separate cabin.
Nice. All right.
So you can like do all the fun stuff, but you don't have to like be with the
Break
kids.
the law. Yeah.
Like, cause there's like every week it was from like literally from kindergarten through high school, depending on the week. There was like a high school week, a junior high week, and then like a younger kids week. And like, and you do different activities based off of which week it is too. Did you guys play soccer? So what they would used to do is they would roll up a bunch of towels, wrap wire around it, dip it in rubbing alcohol, and then set it on fire and have you play soccer with a burner.
That sounds great.
I feel like I would remember that.
Yeah, I definitely remember that.
That's fucking fun.
We should do that.
It's really we should actually do that. Like if you, as long as you just wear jeans and like shoes, like they were just like, just don't wear flip flops.
No
and like
open-toed
obviously don't sit on it. But like it was low burning alcohol, so it was like so fun. You shake it so there's no alcohol flying off on people. But like you would play soccer and you would just play a game of soccer like when it's pitch black at night under the stars.
What?
So dope.
That sounds
Well,
sick.
it's like when Jesus did that with his disciples.
Yeah, just like
right.
Just like when he did
There
that.
was one other game too. Did you guys play the game where it was basically like President? They made like such a big fucking deal out of it. They got all of the cars from the camp and lined them in a line and turned the headlights on. So you'd go out in the middle of the field and there'd just be a line of cars with headlights through it. And then they would hide one person who's the president out in the middle of the forest. And then almost all of the staff was wearing black with like green light up glow sticks on their shoulders.
Yeah, we did this.
Do you remember the name of it?
No, I don't remember it, but I remember being like, this is sick as fuck because you have to like travel in your group and then you got to go try to find whoever you're trying to find.
Yeah.
But the glow stick people can get you basically.
Yeah, I think you were wearing like football flags or something like that, and they would come and they would like throw you to the ground and rip them off you. And once you got them ripped off, you had to go like back to the start.
Oh,
That's nuts.
So, but it was like
I don't remember it.
they had the big camp wide games were so sick because I was like, there's so many people playing this game right now. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, they hyped like it's a whole high school group of kids and they hype the fuck out of it. It's at night. Everyone's wearing pitch black and they literally, the way they started is they shoot a cannon.
What? I don't remember that.
From
but
the
no, I
warship?
don't remember that.
They have a big
I remember
cannon
playing
that they
games at
actually-
night, but I don't remember that.
That's
Camp
dope.
games are so fun.
Yeah.
Like that's something that
Yeah.
camp
This is,
does so well. Camp games are the best.
I was just bringing back a lot of. I'm trying to think of all the games that because I went to Orkila, which is on Orcus, and they have this huge property that's just like they take up a good portion of the island. And there was one specific game that was coming to mind when Kevin was describing that it was the year that either The Two Towers or Return of the King came out, and they did this whole elaborate thing where each cabin basically had to act out the entire Lord of the Rings quest, and you had to go from location to location, and each spot would have like a counselor playing a character from the movie.
Damn.
And you'd be like have to like interact with them and like get stuff to go to the next spot. It was really cool.
Why isn't there anything like that for adults?
There actually is summer camp
Events
for
and
adults.
Adventures.
Yeah.
No.
Wait, what is it and why aren't we doing it?
Yeah, why aren't we all going?
They do have them though.
Like summer camp for adults?
Yeah. You
That
go.
sounds so fucking dope.
They do.
Where you, like
great.
the first day of the week, you like sign up for the things that you want to do.
Yeah.
Summer camp is so
Fuck. That's so fun.
Pine Car Derby, guys.
Summer camp is so cheap and so fun though, and adult stuff is so expensive.
Pine Car Derby's the only thing left.
I'm
I
sure
should have
it's
got in
more
line earlier.
It would be fun to go because if you go and you could like drink probably.
Yeah, imagine all that
Yeah.
stuff buzzed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
it's hell of
sounds
fun.
amazing.
I would
so dope.
like summer camp was usually like anywhere from like $200 to like $500 depending on how nice the camp was,
Yeah.
and I would totally pay that to go hang out with a bunch of adults similar age and do the same exact shit, just be able to drink and not have the same rules.
Yeah.
That would be I would stay in the same fucking cabin
Yeah.
or chateau.
Tug of war in the mud,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
wrestling, like all of the crazy ass games. we used to play.
Competitive drinking, like all the games that.
Oh my god.
Dude, they had
does.
they had shit like that. It was like
They
how
did.
to drink
It
the
was
most
just-
pickle juice.
God, you'd hang out like in the common space and be playing board games, but they'd be fucking drinking games.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
We're gonna
so
have
fucking
to.
fun.
We're gonna have to do a dry run on this at the next Podworms retreat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we will. Scheduled activities.
What do you mean dry? I will be
let's-
very drunk.
Very wet.
What we should
wet-
do is
So wet.
So
I'm gonna be
wet.
super wet.
let's find one other 7-person podcast and have them rent the cabin next to
Yes.
us, and then we'll play games against them.
And we can
Do you
pull
think
pranks
that-
on them.
Dude, we could fucking axe bomb them.
what? Let's throw their underwear in the lake.
Do you think that? Do you think that Joe Rogan's podcast employs 7 people?
They have to.
Got it.
Okay, sick.
Maybe
Let's call him.
NPR for sure.
All right, call him up.
All right. Hey, Joe.
Yes.
Rogan here.
Yes.
Yeah, Joe. Are you?
Good Joe Rogan
Are you
impression.
free to come to our summer camp?
It's entirely possible.
What time?
Some real diehard Rogan fans in here.
Yep.
It's this summer at 7 o'clock.
How many openings?
Oh my
This
god.
is quite the Joe Rogan experience.
7 openings, Joe.
Oh, let me look at my Rolodex.
And yeah, you're more than welcome to come. There's gonna be drugs.
Okay.
Okay, I don't think this is Joe Rogan.
This is the most talkative Joe Rogan.
This is like if Joe Rogan was a Muppet.
No, this is Joseph R. Rogan.
And scene.
Different man.
So we were going to discuss mixed nuts, but I'm going to go ahead and table that for next episode because I really wanted to get to this game, the Crazy Couplets game. And in fact, this is going to be...
What is
I have no idea.
what's I missed it. I missed what's so funny.
This is going to be starring...
It's specifically, it's not funny.
This is
I'm really kidding you right now.
one of the most popular music artists of our day and one who has made headlines recently for a number of reasons. But this is Justin Bieber's Crazy Couplets.
Oh.
Also, he has this new album coming out and this big promotion he was doing for his new song, Yummy. Even encouraging his fans to stream it overnight because he wanted to get to number 1 and he didn't even successfully do that. So what we're going to do is I have some of his songs spanning his whole illustrious career going back to even, I believe, like 2008, I think.
Oh, baby,
Early-
baby.
Early Biebs.
Yeah, early stuff. So the way this is going to work is that I have a few Justin Bieber songs over his career, and we have to finish the lyric with a lyric of our own. And it's just a good old time. We're going to work backwards in his career. I've actually texted all of you guys the lyrics for your reference if you want to look at this.
Whoa.
This is great.
So I got really distracted by it while
put my
we
phone
were
on
talking about
airplane
everything
for the
else.
Oh, yeah. You can turn your phone off airplane mode. We're going to start with, like I said, starting current day, working our way backwards with Yummy. This is from his 2020 album called Changes. The lyric here goes, standing up, keep me on the rise. Lost control of myself, I'm compromised. You're incriminated, no disguise. And then you guys can fill in the next line.
Give me some of those sweet, sweet thighs.
You can write it down and then we'll share them.
Oh, I'm supposed to write it down?
Yeah.
No, that's good, Peter. You've done yours.
Yeah,
Now
that's
nobody
fine,
can.
Peter.
Now nobody can take that one.
Put your phone away, Pete. Now you're good.
I don't know how this game works.
Well, you just did it. I mean, you just didn't follow the
You
rules.
just won.
Okay, Chase, go ahead and get started here. I'll read it again.
This is a throwaway one for me because
So, standing up, keep me on the rise. Lost control of myself. I'm compromised. You're incriminated. No disguise.
have you ever read Lord of the Flies?
That's nice.
Jim, you can go ahead and read. Or standing up, keep me on the rise. Lost control of myself. I'm compromised. You're incriminated. No disguise.
That's why I'm happy to be hanging with the guys.
Hey.
Wholesome. Yeah. You're incriminated. No disguise.
Yeah. Give me some of those sweet, sweet thighs.
Yeah.
For some reason, thought you were going to come up with
No,
another
no,
one.
no.
Hey, why fix was
Why?
not
Yeah.
broke?
Okay,
Don't
fair
fix
enough.
this stuff.
It's okay that Kevin stole the thighs line.
The one word.
Yeah, no, yeah.
And Mike, standing up, keep me on the rise. Lost control of myself. I'm compromised. You're incriminated. No disguise.
Got you, Carmen San Diego. Now tell me no lies.
Oh, gotta vote for Lord of the Thighs. I mean, thighs.
Thank you.
The Lord of the Thighs.
I should have said that.
Damn.
And I was going to participate in this one, but I realized I rhymed rise with rise, which is already in the.
Well, we have
you gotta tell us.
we have to
now.
hear it though.
Tell us.
Oh, all right, fine. Man, it would have been so good if they didn't already use the word.
Give the setup.
All right, standing up, keep me on the rise. Lost control of myself. I'm compromised. You're incriminated. No disguise. Like crime, my dick is on the rise.
That's not bad.
Yeah, so I
It
mean,
kind of sounds like it sounds like an erection thing. That's what I was getting at too.
yeah.
Yeah, solid erection vibes. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, let's go back in time. 2015, his album Purpose. This is a song called No Pressure. It goes, you ain't got to answer none of my calls. I'm believing you'll pick up one day. I don't want to add to your pain at all. Blank. All right, once more here. You ain't got to answer none of my calls. I'm believing you'll pick up one day. I don't want to add to your pain at all. And then fill in that blank.
Oh, we got to rhyme with day, huh? Fuck.
Yeah.
That ruins my whole plan.
You know, the best crazy couplets are really the ones that come to your mind first.
Immediately. Yeah.
Just go.
Yes.
You got to go through gut.
right.
Natural.
I think Chase is a real good indicator of that.
Aw.
Just first thing that comes to his head. It's literally no thought.
It's his musical ability.
That's how I've gone through life so far.
literally
First thing that comes to mind.
zero thought.
The first thing that comes to mind of any decision. I'll do it.
Yep.
Just no thought. Jim,
Yeah.
get us kicked off here.
All right.
You didn't. You ain't got. Sorry. The grammar's so poor.
You're no Justin Bieber.
I don't have his swag.
No, definitely.
Or his diseases.
You ain't got to answer none of my calls. I'm believing you'll pick up one day. I don't want to add to your pain at all.
I guess I'll try and finish this Sunday.
Yeah, nice.
I like that.
Wholesome.
Jim really is the wholesome.
All right, yeah,
wholesome
fine.
guy. Okay, Kevin. I'm believing you'll pick up one day. I don't want to add to your pain at all.
But also, I have your cat who got spayed.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
Yep.
I want to add to your pain, but
Just like
your
pick
cat.
up the phone. I have your cat.
This will make you call back for sure, though.
Just like, please give me
Yeah.
the call.
That's smart,
needs to be
actually. Okay, Peter.
Well,
I'm believing you'll pick up one day. I don't want to add to your pain at all.
maybe you can lick just one of my balls.
Nice. That's a weird rhyme, but okay.
yeah, interesting. It's an ABAA.
Yeah.
It
I also
it
had,
works.
I'm Canadian, so I just say A.
Okay. All right.
Also, yeah, that works.
That's on topic.
AB.
Yeah.
All right, Mike. You ain't got to answer none of my calls. I'm believing you'll pick up one day. Don't add to your pain at all.
But long distance costs lots of money.
Money.
You ain't gonna answer none of my calls. I'm believing you'll pick up one day. I don't want to add to your pain at all. Be your Pepto-Bismol. Make your tummy feel okay.
All right.
Great.
You've had some time to think about this.
No, about the same amount of time as you, actually.
That's a Bieber line right there if I ever heard one.
Chase, no winner that round. Everybody's winner.
Great.
Okay.
Cool.
2013, he had a infamous album called Journals, apparently.
Infamous.
And on that infamous album, this might be the most infamous song. It's called What's Hatnin', Hatnin.
Hatnin?
Yikes,
Hatnin'.
dude. He
What's
really named a
happening?
song that?
What's Hatnin'? Yeah. I mean, that was pretty cool lingo back in 2013.
Yo, what's happening?
This song was happening. Okay.
It goes like this.
It's an infamous album.
I believe actually Future is featured on this song.
Okay.
I could be
All right.
wrong. but
Future junior or future senior?
We just need.
Future past or future present? Get it?
I don't know. We just need forgiveness. Baby, let me get to business. I just want to give it to you. Blank.
What were we rhyming with here?
It would be you. This is an AABB.
I don't know anything about rhymes.
So here, listen.
Clearly.
Listen closely this time. You'll hear the rhyme. We just need forgiveness. Baby, let me get to business. I just want to give it to you.
Really going to test your theory on this one because this one just came to me.
Fuck, Bernie Sanders is calling me. Bernie 2020.
Put him
Oh,
on the
shit,
line.
really?
Get him on the
Put him on the
podcast.
Hey, hello. This is Peter Freeze. How can I help you? Hello. Oh shit.
Oh,
man.
damn it, dude. That would have been sick.
That was so
That would have
dope.
been so good.
I'm coming before you again.
Hey, listen to me,
Once
Peter.
again.
Once again.
I once again.
I'm once
ask
again
you-
asking you to stop the podcast that you're doing.
You're damaging my campaign.
All right, Kevin. Get us kicked off here. What's happening? We just need forgiveness, baby. Let me get to business. I just want to give it to you.
But first, let me wipe off this poo.
Oh, fuck,
See,
man. That was close to mine.
That's happens when you go with your gut. That kind of gold.
damn it, dude.
I imagine that maybe the reason he's talking about forgiveness is because he accidentally put it in the wrong hole.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, and they're in the middle and
wow.
Quote unquote.
And we just need forgiveness.
He doesn't
I
want-
know.
Maybe let me get to business.
Right. Wrong. I
Just want to give it to you.
Okay. All right. That makes
He asked for forgiveness, not permission.
Dang, that's
You're
crazy.
saying, yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. That's some subtext I did not get.
makes logical sense to me.
Yeah.
Just wait till you hear that yummy song.
Peter, we just need forgiveness, baby. Let me get to business. I just want to give it to you.
I just want to do the do. This song was brought to you by Mountain Dew.
Paid promotion in the song. Nice. Hashtag ad. Mike, baby, let me get to business. I just want to give it to you.
Give me your 1040 EZ, otherwise you'll be screwed.
Tax preparation. Okay.
That's business.
We just need forgiveness, baby. Let me get to business. I just want to give it to you. Here's a gift card to Baskin Robbins and one for your friend too.
Another paid promotion.
Yummy.
That's nice.
Chase,
Kevin totally stole mine.
Come on, man. You're
just
fine.
I just want to give it to you.
I like pee-pee and poo-poo. All I was thinking about was like, Justin Bieber's stupid. And then I was like, I'm going to write some dumb, idiot, stupid lyric.
Pee poo poo in there.
Yeah, that's what I imagine that he says in the next line.
That's happening.
I know.
Now that's what's happening.
And Chase, I know you make music, and I notice it doesn't have lyrics. Is this why?
It's actually in all my tracks. I actually do have lyrics, but it's just I whisper, and so I turn them way down. So
You whisper, then you crank the volume even further down.
yeah, so you can't hear it, but
Fair
they're there.
They are there, and they're beautiful.
So you just got to
Beep,
remix
poo,
it.
poo, beep, beep.
Yeah, exactly.
Jim.
Yes.
Beep, 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 poo, 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 poo. I just want to give it to you.
I don't want to wait till Christmas to give your gift to you.
Except for the
Oh wow! I want to fuck
Wholesome.
you, Jim.
Christmas is happening.
That's beautiful.
Christmas.
Okay, we're gonna go back to. I think this one actually was a hit. This was from 2012. His album Believe. This was called Boyfriend, and it goes, "If I was your boyfriend, I'd never let you go." I can almost not say it without in the rhythm of the song because I know this one. If I was your boyfriend, I'd never let you go. I can take you places you ain't never been before. Baby, take a chance or you'll never know. Blank.
What? So for the rhyming deaf, what are we rhyming with here?
It's all the same.
It's A.
you have to rhyme with Betho.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I may have been pronouncing it the way it's written, not the way it's pronounced in the song.
Oh, you mean like the way the actual word is supposed to be?
I can take you places you ain't never been before.
Betho.
I mean, you can interpret it however you'd like. I
Okay.
suppose. Okay, Peter, get us kicked off with your beautiful couplet. It goes, if I was your boyfriend and never let you go, I can take you places you ain't never been before. Baby, take a chance or you'll never know.
Someday we'll both vote for Joe. Brought to you by Biden for president.
Nice.
Very good. If I was your boyfriend and never let you go, I can take you places you ain't never been before. Baby, take a chance or you'll never know.
What the underworld is like because I'm a ghost.
Oh my God.
If I was your boyfriend, I'd never let you go. I can take you places you ain't never been before. Baby, take a chance or you'll never ever know. I look like a Ken doll from my waist and below.
Ooh, that's good.
That's actually pretty dang good.
All smooth.
All smooth.
Baby, take a chance or you'll never ever know.
Wait, please don't go. I promise it'll grow.
Nice.
Zing.
Baby, take a chance or you'll never ever know.
I ain't got no truck, but your dad will respect me though. It sounds like a country
Nice.
song, man.
Ain't got no
I like it.
truck.
I like it.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I ain't got no truck.
If I was your boyfriend, I'd never let you go. I can take you places you ain't never been before. Baby, take a chance or you'll never ever know.
That I invented pills to make your feet hair grow.
Great.
It just the whole traveling thing felt like a Hobbit's journey. I don't know.
Oh,
I felt it as well. Last one here. This is from, I don't know what year, but it's from the album My World 2.0. So I'm assuming there was a My World version 1. This is a song called,
God, all these titles make me want to.
this is a song called Genie Meanie, which I think
oh
is
my goodness.
My World, Believe, Journals,
what's happening.
Purpose.
This goes, girl.
Changes.
And also, I think interestingly enough, going back, we can see that really the progression of his lyrics as we aged.
Yeah.
This is a girl, come a bit closer, look in my eyes, searching is so wrong, blank. That's it. Simple. Girl, come a bit closer, look in my eyes, searching is so wrong, blank. Girl, come a bit closer, look in my eyes, searching is so wrong.
But I found you, Carmen Sandiego.
Period. Full stop.
Full stop.
I love it.
Girl, come a bit closer, look in my eyes, searching is so wrong, my account was compromised.
Hold on, is that your second Carmen Sandiego reference in this whole thing?
Yeah, it kind of started and ended. It kind of all wrapped up together.
Yeah,
I noticed that was
man.
beautiful.
It's full circle.
Bieber's been
Hero's
about
journey.
San Diego for a while now.
Girl,
San Diego.
come a bit closer, look in my eyes, searching is so wrong.
and I really like cream pies.
Whoa! Hey!
It's really
Hey,
either
the snack episode
very
was last
innocent or
week.
very dirty.
It's like
You decide.
it's like
which
what
is
all
right.
pop singers do, you know?
True.
Well, very extremely sexual subtext.
Girl, come a bit closer. Well, I mean, it's not that subtext.
Have you ever listened to Genie in a Bottle by Christina Aguilera?
Yeah, you got to rub me the right way, baby.
True enough.
Yeah.
come a bit closer, look in my eyes, searching is so wrong.
Because you found the Lord of Thighs.
The Lord of Thighs.
God fucking damn it!
Pierce got to rewrite his.
Oh, you did Lord of the Flies? I should have done Lord of the Flies.
Lord of Thighs,
Oh,
bro.
Lord of the Thighs.
Lord of the Thighs.
Fucking goddamn it!
You guys do the same thing?
I'm going to say mine is also similar.
Son of a bitch!
The three of us wrote this.
All right, what was yours, Kevin? Searching is so wrong. Girl, come a bit closer, look in my eyes, searching is so wrong.
I'll never cover up these thighs.
Oh, see, there you go.
We can see where the Lyme disease started from way back at the beginning of his career.
Amazing.
He's regretting that decision now.
Yeah.
Girl, come a bit closer, look in my eyes, searching is so wrong.
Let me butter up them thighs just like I did to former Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice.
That was very similar to Jim's.
Yeah, I'm glad that you took 2 minutes to rewrite that.
I didn't rewrite it. That was the original one.
Well, that was a beautiful career retrospective on Justin Bieber. Hope his next album is a
An
huge
amazing
smash
career.
success. I know I'll be streaming it while I sleep and also while I'm awake and also every single day of my life.
Yep.
Yeah.
Great.
And I expect you guys to do the same.
Well, of course.
If you like this show, send us to the pod mail, pospacecast@gmail.com. Love to read it here on this show. We have a whole swath of social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Podworm Spacecast. We even have our own website, pospacecast.com.
Yep, that's the one.
It's
PWSpace.com.
it's my homepage. I don't click it. It just goes there when I open up Chrome.
Yeah, set it as your homepage.
Be sure to press PAWWW, PWSpacecast.com.
PW Space.
And if you like the show, you must share it with someone you know. You must.
You must. You have to. You have to.
And in fact, they don't even have to be someone you know. They can be someone you don't know. That might even be better and a better story.
You must.
We love you guys. We'll see you on the next episode. And as always, space fans, until next time.
Keep square.